And we welcome you to Chanute High School as tonight the Chanute Blue Comets host the Tonganoxie Chieftains here in our Week 3 matchup, as we will bring you all the action tonight here from our broadcast booth, brought to you by the fine folks over at El Rincon Azteca, as we appreciate those guys. And Jay, I'm pleased to have you back in the booth with me here tonight, and I think personally we are going to be in for one heck of a football game tonight, maybe even one better than we saw last night.
Yeah, I knew you'd have to get that
I
giggy.
had to.
That's right. Yeah, I think it's going to be a great football game. Both teams seem to like to score a lot of points, so maybe it'll be a battle to see which defense steps up and puts a stop to one of the other teams.
Again, this is our Commercial Bank pregame show, and want to touch on a few things here in our pregame show. This is the second all-time meeting between Chanute and Tonganoxie. The first meeting coming back in 2018. That was in the first round of the playoffs, and unfortunately Tonganoxie came out on top of that one. I believe the final score was 48-36 in that one. There are some similarities from that team to this team. Obviously, Chanute still running a similar game where they like to throw. I was looking back at that game, and Ty Bowman completed like 70% of his passes for 270 yards and 4 touchdowns. Of course, Bowman now playing up at K-State, and we see Eric Erb just having a good start to the season throwing the ball. And on the Tonganoxie side, going back to that playoff game, Tonganoxie ran the ball 61 times for over 400 yards. And we were talking a little bit about what Tonganoxie has done here to start the season. They're 1-1. Week 1, they lost a tough game to Baser Linwood, 47-42. That's kind of a rivalry game for them. Baser, Tonganoxie right up there together. They knock off Spring Hill last week. Tonganoxie has 453 rushing yards on the season, averaging 226.5 per game. But in that Week 1 loss to Baser Linwood, they had 56 carries as a team for 351 yards. Last week, much more balanced attack. So not sure what to expect here tonight from Tonganoxie, as they went run heavy game 1, but then kind of split it up game 2 and had an even balance.
Well, maybe their coaches figured something out, after that week 1 loss, that they need to balance it out a little more than run the ball 56 times.
And last week, they had that big win. It was against Spring Hill, who's a 5A school. Of course, Chanute knocking off Pittsburgh, a 5A school. But let's not kid yourself. Both of those 5A schools are very good 5A schools. So it goes to show you that these are two teams that are very well tested. They know what to expect from the other team. They know the other team's going to bring it. And we are going to have the national anthem here real quick, so we'll send it back to the studio for 2 minutes, and when we come back, we'll have a little bit more of our Commercial Bank pregame show. You're listening to Blue Comet Football right here on Z 95.3. Back here at Chanute High School, and great job by the Chanute band there on the national anthem. And Jay, we've got about 4 minutes until kickoff here in this one, and we mentioned this will be the second all-time meeting between these two schools, and last time didn't go Chanute's way. However, that was 4 years ago. Times have changed. There's been some change in the coaching staffs overall, but one point I did want to make is there are also some similarities in the coaching staff, as Tonganoxie is led by first-year head coach Preston Troyer. However, he was an assistant for 10 years, and the previous coach was his father, Al. So definitely going to be some similarities. The same offense, defense going to be run, as it's essentially the same system, but technically a new coach.
Well, it makes for a smooth transition when it's from father to son, I mean.
Yeah, for sure. Good for the kids. And speaking of going into this game, let's take a look at the rankings going into week 3. And a little bit of change up at the top. St. Thomas Aquinas, Bishop Miege still 1-2. However, St. James, the other private school in 4A that had kind of been up there with those three, they fall down to number 5 after their loss to Blue Valley last week. And with that, McPherson moves up to 3, and then Chanute moves up to number 4 in the state, rounding out the rest of the top 10. Andover Central, Baser Linwood, who knocked off this Tonganoxie team by 5 week 1, Circle, Wamego, and Eudora. But other than that, no Tonganoxie in the top 10. However, they were right there on the outside looking in. So just because they're not a team that's ranked, this should be a very, very good matchup, as Tonganoxie knows how to move the football. They know how to score points, as they've proven that the last 2 weeks.
That they do, and that's right. They were right outside the rankings week 1, and this will be I think, a very, very good football game. Might be very high scoring.
Yeah, definitely has the potential to be high scoring. Chanute, week 1 scored 38. Week 2 scores 28. So averaging 33 points a game here to start the season. Not quite the offensive output we saw last year. Actually, going through 2 weeks, it's better.
Right.
But it just felt like the way the season ended, Chanute had everything clicking on offense. Defensively, they held Pittsburgh last year to 1 less touchdown. But, different circumstances. Again, Chanute had the number 1 ranked defense in 4A all of last year. But with that being said, you have to remember that there was 5 weeks, I believe, to end the season where they pitched 4 shutouts, 4 out of 5 weeks. So it was a different season. It didn't exactly show what was really going on early on, but the defense got right late in the year.
Right. Well, tonight I think if our line cannot get tired like they seem to have had the last couple of weeks, we'll be in better shape.
Yep, and that will actually do it here tonight for our Commercial Bank pregame show. We're going to send it back to the studio for 30 seconds. When we come back, we'll be ready for the opening kickoff. You're listening to Blue Comet Football right here on Z95.3. Back here at Chanute High School, it will be Jackson Vaughn kicking off for the Blue Comets. Back deep for Tonganoxie will be number 5, Todd Brown, and number 22, Tanner Hand. And it will go to the middle back, whose name I didn't read off. It looks like that was number 25, Brendan Briley, on the return.
You know, a lot better start for Chanute this week. You know, last week Pittsburgh had that long
Yeah.
kickoff return to start the game.
It made for a tough start defensively for Chanute.
Number 22 shaking up for the Chieftains.
So it will be number 4, Talon Langford in the shotgun set. Colton Brusvin, the tailback behind him, and Brusvin off to quite the start this season. Snap gives to Brusvin. He'll go off to the left side and has some running room, and he'll pick up a first down as he picks up 11 on the first carry.
Not the start the Chanute defense wanted right there.
No, not at all. So 1st and 10 from the 43-yard line. As Langford goes in the shotgun set once again. They'll run the opposite way this time, and good job that time by number 9. That's Cade Small coming in from the defensive end spot. And he'll push Brusvin back about 3 yards. That'll set up 2nd and 13.
That's a good job of staying home and pushing that to the outside.
So 2nd and 13. Langford gets the snap, and they'll go back to the right side, and Small there once again as Dean closing in, as well as a few other Blue Comet defenders. That'll set up 3rd and long. So 3rd and 11 here, and again, last week, Tonganoxie did air it out a little bit more than in their week 1 game, so this looks like a potential passing down for the Chieftains. High snap, and it'll be a quarterback keeper, and actually that's a direct snap to Brusvin, and he's got nowhere to go on the right side. So say he ends up picking up about 3, so sets up 4th and 8, and it'll be Langford in the shotgun set. However, very deep. It appears he will punt.
You know, that was a good job after that first initial play for the Chanute defense to buckle down a little bit.
And low punt, but spiraling out of bounds. And Chanute should get a good spot here on that one. They'll spot it right at the 30-yard line. So decent starting field position for the Blue Comet offense. And a good stand there by the defense after the big first run by Tonganoxie. And you thought, oh no.
I thought, here we go.
This young man's already had a 300-yard game, 200-yard game. But good job by the Blue Comet defense to buckle down and get off the field.
The officials wasn't sure what football to use right there on that. This first down play for Chanute.
So it will be Erb in the shotgun set. Leedy to his left. First down play will go to Leedy. Leedy's got running room. He bounces it to the outside, and it's a foot race on the far sideline. Breaks one tackle, one man to beat, and it's going to be a horse collar tackle. No flag has come out yet. And, oh, my goodness. That flag finally did come out. It was buried beneath Leedy, but whew. I didn't think they were going to throw a flag on that one.
I didn't either. I did not
Holy
either.
Smokes.
I thought I was going to have to pull you back in the window.
But a huge first play on the offense by Ty Leedy is following his blockers, hitting that hole.
He did a good job of bouncing that to the outside and turning on the Jets.
So ends up being a 63-yard run, and they're going to tack on, about 8 more after the penalty. And I hear from the crowd, you guys are cheaters. They gave them, they threw the flag. That's how the game works. So first and goal. Erb shotgun set. He'll look to throw. Throws it out to Dean. Dean's got room on the edge. And Dagan Dean, touchdown, Blue Comets, as Eric Erb finds Dean and puts Chanute up 6-0 with 9:32 to play in the first quarter. The extra point still to come.
Well, that's a way to walk right down the field and get what you want.
2 plays. So it will be Vaughn to kick. Good snap, good hold. Vaughn's kick up, and it's in. So 7-0 Blue Comets, 9:32 to play in the first quarter. We'll send it back to the studio for 1 minute. You're listening to Blue Comet Football right here on Z 95.3. Back here at Chanute High School again, 7-0. Chanute on top. Here early in this one, 9:32 to play, and did have a correction. That run by Leedy was 53 yards, not 63. Got my math wrong a little bit on that one, but kickoff is bobbled, but then picked up as that is number 23, Wyatt Harris on the return, and Harris brings it out to about the 24-yard line, so that's where Tonganoxie will start their second possession of the game.
Hopefully that quick touchdown will fire up the defense here to get another quick 3 and out and get off the field.
Absolutely. So the Chanute defense on the field, ready to make a stand once again. Langford shotgun set, and Chanute jumps off sides, a little too angsty.
Keaton Clark there getting a little head start.
And we don't have a microphone on the official tonight after last week.
That's a good deal.
Might have been the best decision. So that'll set up 1st and 5 for the Chieftains. Langford waiting for the snap, now gets it, hands to his back, and he's chased down from behind as that is Dagan Dean. Great job from that defensive end spot as he chased down Brusvin, the junior tailback. I'm sure he had plenty of confidence after that first down carry on the first offensive play of the game for Tonganoxie, but since then, Brusvin has done pretty much nothing. So 2nd and 5 here. Langford hands off once again. They'll go up the middle, and Brusvin will pick up a little bit. Not sure if it'll be quite enough for the first down.
I think he's short by yard and a half there.
And they'll say 3rd and less than 1. So 3rd and inches here for the Tonganoxie offense. Langford patiently waiting for the snap, gives to Brusvin, and he's met at the line, but falls forward as that was number 7, Wyatt Costin on the hit, but Brusvin able to bounce off just enough to fall forward for the first down. So 1st and 10 from the 35-yard line for Tonganoxie.
That young man there seems to be their whole offense.
Well, looking at some of their stats, it appears that could be the case all night long. And they'll fake it this time. Langford going to look to throw and going to be chased down. And that will be Cade Small, who, see where they spot the ball. He will get credited for a sack, as that'll be a 2-yard loss. So good job by Small. And Although Small gets the sack, don't want to take that away from him. More of a coverage sack is the secondary for Chanute.
I agree. They did a really good job of staying with their receivers.
But you do want to add in the Chanute passing defense, #1 in the state in Class 4A currently.
Well, Pittsburgh didn't throw the ball a lot last week.
Indeed. Tonganoxie tries to run it to the left side once again, and Dean there to stop that one. So it'll bring up 3rd and long as Brusvin picks up about 2 on the carry. Yeah, I saw it. Chanute was giving up something ridiculously low as far as yards passing, but as much as I wanted to brag on it, I wanted people to know, too, that not a lot of teams have thrown on Chanute yet.
That's right. Well, I mean, we do have a very good front four.
A clear passing situation here for Tonganoxie. As Langford going to look to throw, and he gets taken down. Dean, hot off the corner. My goodness.
Right on
he got
cue.
there quick.
Right on cue.
And that'll set up a sure punting situation as it'll be 4th and 20.
Loss of 9 on that sack there. And he was right off the edge.
And Dean, I don't know if there's any college scouts here tonight, but my goodness, somebody needs to make that kid a D1 offer at the defensive end position because the ability is clearly there. So Langford goes to punt it and punts it off his own man and smartly just falls on it. But Chanute will have the ball at the Tonganoxie 15-yard line. And I wondered about that the first time. So Langford lined up 7-8 yards behind the center, which a deeper shotgun, but they have like an up back just right in front of him. And the first time, I thought it looked a little close, and that time he just kicked it right into the bottom of his teammate.
Well, sometimes that happens. I mean, traditionally, punters are 15 yards deep. Maybe their long snapper can't get it back that far.
A play like that's a real pain in the butt. So Chanute will go split backs this time. Quentin Harding will join Leedy in the backfield. Herb, shotgun set, quick pass over to Seamster. Seamster avoids a defender. Nice block on the outside as that was Dillo with the block. And Seamster gets it down to the 3-yard line, just inside the 4. That'll set up 1st and goal for the Chanute offense.
Seem to be firing on all cylinders right now.
I'll tell you what, I'll talk after this play.
All right.
Let's say that. It'll be the jumbo set.
Heavy set.
Heavy set. I knew I'd mess it up.
You
Herb gets the snap, gives to Leedy. Leedy trying to follow his blockers, and he'll get taken down after a gain of maybe 1. It'll set up 2nd and goal.
Well, I'm waiting to hear what you had to say.
Yeah, I'm gonna let this series play out.
Oh, now we're to the series. That was a play a minute ago.
Sometimes you think of saying something and then you realize you might be putting your foot in your mouth.
No, not you.
So shotgun set for Herb. It is still the heavy set. Herb going to keep it himself on the left side. And nowhere to go. Also a flag on the play.
I think that's going to be a hold on us.
Well, they're looking at the Chanute sideline. A personal foul face mask on Chanute.
That's usually illegal hands to the face.
Unless it was grabbed. I mean, if
Unless
it's grabbed.
It, correct.
So that's a real tough break. It will still be 2nd down, but what was once 1st and goal from just inside the 4 is now 2nd and goal from the 24. This drive started at the 15. They've managed to get a 1st down and move back 9 yards. So the offense going to be put to the test here for sure. Herb will be in the shotgun set. Leedy with him in the backfield. Trips to the far side. Herb gets the shotgun snap, gives to Leedy. Leedy right up the middle, breaks a tackle, still fighting, And Tylede will pick up about 8 on the carry. So that'll set up 3rd and 16, 3rd and goal from the 16. Which I hate to call it 3rd and manageable, but considering it was 2nd and 24, likely 4-down territory.
Absolutely. I think it's definitely 4-down territory here, especially the way the defense is playing.
You'd like to just pick up little half, maybe a few more. Try to get down to about the 5 if possible.
I think we should just get in that blue area down there and call it good.
Get in the end zone. Herb gets the snap, going to look to throw. He's under pressure, tries to run out of it, and he will get sacked as that's number 81, Isaiah Holtis, the 6'1", 175-pound junior. And with that sack, that's going to set up 4th and goal from the 23-yard line. And although it doesn't feel like a victory, obviously you want to go to the end zone. But a small victory, and again, it's going to sound bad when I say it, any yards you pick up here makes it that much harder for Tonganoxie if they get the ball back on offense here. You want to pick up anything. Obviously, you want to score. Herb gets the snap. He's going to look towards the end zone. He'll throw it down to the corner. Passes too high as he just overthrows Seamster.
And he was wide open down there.
The pass was high, and I will say this. If the pass would have been catchable, I think the defender gets there and gets a hand on it because that defender was coming. So nonetheless, it'll be a turnover on downs after the great field position. Chanute still leading 7-0 here with 3:32 to play in the first quarter.
Well, let's hopefully we get good field position like that again. We don't waste it.
So Langford shotgun set. Brusvin right behind him. Little miscommunication on the handoff, and that'll cost Tonganoxie. As Brusvin looks like he'll lose about a half a yard, maybe one.
I don't think they're.
Did he get back all the way to the line of scrimmage?
All the way to the line, they said.
I'm not buying it.
What'd you say was left? Three something in the first quarter?
Yeah, 3 minutes exactly right now. Langford gets the snap. Brusvin to the left side. It looks like Brusvin lost his footing there. And good job by Chanute to take advantage and pounce right on him immediately. It'll be a gain of 1, but again, sets up 3rd and 9 for the Chieftain offense. Excuse me.
3 minutes to go in the first quarter, and that's that young man's 10th carry.
Yeah. Not really surprised based on what I saw coming into this game. Langford going to look to throw, and he's under pressure immediately. Now tucks it, tries to run with it, and Tylede there immediately. As it looked like Dillo was bringing pressure, as was Cade Small. And that'll set up 4th and 10, and yet another punting situation for Tonganoxie. And Langford a little bit deeper this time.
I'd say let's see if there's more traditional punting set.
High wobbling kick. Chanute players getting out of the way, and that ball going to roll out of bounds just before reaching midfield. So again, great starting field position for the Blue Comets as they'll start again right at the 49-yard line.
Well, let's hope we take advantage of this good field position this time and come away with some points.
Yeah, you definitely feel like last time was a wasted opportunity. See if they can get something out of it this time.
Absolutely. Last time definitely was a wasted opportunity.
Looks like we'll have split receivers to each side. It's Dillo and Dean on the far side. Seamster and Tarter here on the near side. And ball on the ground, and Eric Erb smartly just decides to pounce on it. And I'll say this about Tonganoxie, that there wasn't anything necessarily bad about Pittsburgh or Augusta, but here almost to the end of the first quarter, I've seen a ton of sportsmanship. I've seen twice Tonganoxie players helping up Chanute players helping up Tonganoxie players. A lot of good sportsmanship we've seen out there so far. Leedy to the right side, breaking tackles once again, and he'll end up picking up about 5. It'll set up a 3rd and 7 as Chanute gets down to the 46-yard line with 1 minute to play exactly here in the first quarter.
Yeah, absolutely. These young men on both teams are doing a great job of helping each other up. And
that's coaching.
Absolutely.
You instill that mentality in your players that, hey, you know, yeah, we're going out to hit somebody, but you can still be a good person, help your fellow man up if he's down on the ground. Herb looking to throw, and pass is complete to Dean. And not sure what that, whoa, what a horrible spot.
Holy cow, he was 3 yards ahead when he caught the ball.
The whole Chanute sideline is beside themselves. And that will be the last play of the first quarter. And hopefully, I guess that's just where we're spotting the ball, as it looked like Dean got up to about the 41-yard line and was slung back, but they're going to spot it at the 44, and that will end the first quarter. Chanute up 7-0. We'll send it back to the studio for 1 minute. You're listening to Blue Comet Football right here on Z 95.3.
Yeah.
Quickly back to action here, and the 4th down play unsuccessful for Chanute as Herb looked to throw, was trying to find Leedy, and it went off his hands. Seamster nearly had it on the deflection, but there's not enough green grass over there on the far sideline, and it'll be a turnover on down. So the Tonganoxie defense now back-to-back possessions, getting a stop, although there's been some help, whether it was a bad spot or Chanute kicking themselves in the foot with penalties on offense. So Chanute just got to right their own wrongs. It'll be a handoff to Brusvin, and a clear hold on the left side of the line that everybody except guys wearing black and white saw here.
Well, maybe they're on strike tonight.
I won't go that far, but it's been if you want to go game time, a rough 45 seconds if you're a Blue Comet fan with some calls here. So Langford shotgun set once again. He'll give to Brusvin once again. He likes that left side and hit immediately. Looks like he will get the first down, but good tackle there as it was Harding and Leedy teaming up. So Dean there as well.
They made him short there. It's a very, very short 3rd down. Oh, now they're going to move the chains.
Yeah, will be a first down at the 46-yard line. So Langford once again, shotgun set. 2 receivers to the far side of the field. High snap gives to Brusvin. He really likes that left side now. and breaks a tackle. He's got one man to beat it, Seamster, and Seamster shoves him out of bounds at the 25-yard line. Good run there for Colton Brusvin, and picks up another first down for Tonganoxie as their offense starting to move the ball. Quick update real quick. Those of you tuning in on the live stream, I know we're lagging a little bit. The feed's not looking so great. We are going to try to disconnect at halftime and get some better connection and reconnect. So bear with us, please. First down carry to the left side. And Dagan Dean just getting tackled play after play.
The fans down here are getting a little upset.
Well, it's the fans, it's the coaches up in the box. I mean, everybody sees it. That's twice now that Dean's just been tackled. Langford to snap. Brusvin going to go left once again. Now cuts it up into the middle. Breaking tackles and gets inside the 10, down near the 5-yard line. Oh, a 15-yard carry there by Colton Brusvin. I don't know if you noticed on the very far side of the field, Jay, the Tonganoxie cheer squad just got here. It's a long drive, you know.
Right.
They probably didn't know about the construction up by Humboldt and whatnot. Brusvin the carry once again. Juke move. And we got.
Hey, finally got a flag out there.
We got a couple of them. I figured out what we need to do to see a flag. It's got to be inside the 10-yard line.
Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, yep, got a hold finally.
That's it. That is what the fourth penalty in the game overall, and I believe 3 of them have been inside the 10-yard line.
I believe you're correct.
So that'll be a 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. So it'll be first and goal from the 17-yard line. So Tonganoxie getting a little taste of what Chanute had to deal with on their second possession of the game.
Yeah, it seems to be this end. Once you get inside the 10-yard line, it's automatic penalty flag.
Oh, Langford it back in the shotgun set. Brusvin behind him. Good snap. Hands to the left to Brusvin. Tries to cut it upfield as Dean was back in the backfield very quickly. And Brusvin will pick up 2.
And I hate to say this, but Dean was being held again.
Yeah. It wasn't as blatant that time, but, yeah, it's still a hold.
It's still a hold.
Second and goal now, just inside the 15-yard line. And Tonganoxie going to look to throw. It's a slant. And looked like Dean got a hand on that one. And, man, Dagan Dean's name is just all over this game.
I think that's what they're going to have to do is move him around tonight.
Dean's been coming from the near side, or the right side if you're on the defensive line, and moved over to the left side just for that play. And it's good timing by Chanute. They tried to run the quick slant pattern.
I think they're going to leave him back over there on this one too.
So third and goal from the 15-yard line. Langford going to look to throw once again. He's got a man in the end zone. And not sure what happened there. Some miscommunication between Dillo and Seamster as they both just kind of stopped and looked at each other, and then the pass was completed.
Do you know who caught that for them?
I honestly could not see that far. Still don't know. We will try to get that information to you as we get it. The extra point is up and good. So with 8:51 to play in the second quarter, this game's tied up 7 points apiece. We'll send it back to the studio for 1 minute. You're listening to Blue Comet Football right here on Z95.3. back here at Chanute High School. Again, tied up 7 points apiece with 8:51 to play in the second quarter.
You know, Chanute shot herself in the foot a couple times.
Leedy and Seamster back deep. And what a kick, as that went out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Tip of the cap to number 8, Jackson McWilliams. That was Todd Brown on the reception. Number 5 on the touchdown reception for Tonganoxie. So Chanute will start with possession of the football at the 20-yard line. It'll be their 4th possession of the game. The first possession looked great. 2 plays and a touchdown, and since then, Chanute has struggled. So Herb in the shotgun set. Leedy behind him. He'll run the counter play. They go left, and Leedy breaking tacklers and spins down. It'll be a gain of 3 for Leedy. Sets up 2nd and 7 for the Blue Comet offense.
Yeah, we've lost a little bit of that explosiveness that we had early.
Yeah, you definitely thought that after that first touchdown drive, just 2 plays, it was a big Leedy run and then the pass to Dean, that, man, this is going to be one of those fun games, and feels like all the momentum was just taken right away from Chanute.
Well, you know, those 2 times we had short field and we didn't capitalize. That has to hurt.
Herb looks to throw, gets it out to Dean, tries to follow his blocker, as that was Dillo, but Tonganoxie quick to get out there. Completion will go for 4 yards. It'll set up a 3rd and 3 here for Chanute, so essentially the entire playbook open.
Yeah, let's pick a first down up here, then let's take a shot down the field.
I like it. Got to get the first here, though.
Absolutely.
I run to the right side personally. I follow Big Gus. Man in motion. It'll be Dillo. They give to Leedy, and Leedy going to run into a wall, but somehow manages to fall forward and gets the first down. Man, he ran into a wall at about the 28-yard line and just turned his body as he fell.
That he did.
So that'll set up a 1st and 10. The back nose of the football just on the 30-yard line. Yeah, I'm with you, Jay.
I'll say take a shot here. Let's
You got Dean on the far side over here, and Seamster in the slot. No safety in the middle of the field. And they'll run it to Leedy. Man, Tonganoxie's begging that they got the football. I'm not going to lie. It was really close, but I don't think a single official on the field saw it. As Leedy went down, it felt like that ball just switched hands.
Well, they haven't really been too keen on paying attention tonight, the officials, that is.
Tell us how you really feel.
You know I will.
They give to Harding this time, as dangerously reaching out, putting that football forward. As he'll pick up a couple on the carry. So 3rd and a long 4 here. As Harding checks back out, Chanute will get another receiver on the field.
I think the coaches are getting on to him about reaching that ball out like that.
So it'll be Dean matched up one-on-one here on the near side. We'll have trips on the top side of your screen. Herb gets the shotgun set. He'll look at Dean. Double move. Herb going to throw it out there for him. And Dean brings it in. It's a foot race to the end zone. And Dagan Dean's not going to lose this one. Touchdown. Blue Comets. A 65-yard score. 64 yards, excuse me. But what a play. As the initial route wasn't there, and Herb told Dean, just go, man. And he put it right on his fingertips. Dagan Dean with a long touchdown reception to put the Blue Comets up 13-7.
Nice, very nice right there. That's kind of the play I wanted on first down, but hey, I'll take it.
That was the unintended shot. Apparently there was a flag on the play, but the official waving it off.
I think they were going to try to get us for blocking the back, but we never touched that young man chasing.
Extra point up and good by Vaughn. So 5:32 to play in the second quarter. Chanute goes up 14-7. We'll send it back to the studio for 30 seconds. You're listening to Blue Comet Football right here on Z95.3. Back here at Chanute High School, Blue Comets go up 14-7 with 5:32 to play in the second quarter. And what a job there on the third down play, as they wanted to go with the comeback route to Dean, it appeared. But Herb didn't like it. He motioned out to Dean. He just kind of gave him that flick of a hand and said, "Go, man, it's there." It was no help.
That was a good answer for the Chanute offense right there to bounce back after giving up that touchdown to go right down and score.
So we'll see if Tonganoxie can answer, as Vaughn going to kick this one, and it'll be fielded by Brown at the 20-yard line. Brown following his blockers, and nice return there for the Chieftains as they get it up to the 37-yard line. And we'll see if Chanute can finally get a stop and then a score following to go up 2 possessions, or if Tonganoxie is going to hang around and tie this one up once again. So it will be Langford under center. Gives to Brusvin. Brusvin following his blockers. And he'll pick up 3 on the carry. Brings up 2nd and 7. 5:10 to play here in the second quarter. Also keep in mind, Chanute will get the ball to start the third quarter. So if Chanute could get a stop here and get the ball back.
No, we received the opening kickoff, didn't we?
Nope. High snap. Langford brings it in, and Brusvin to the left side. He'll pick up 2.5, so it'll bring up 3rd and a long 4, almost 5. We'll see what the Tonganoxie offense wants to do. They haven't thrown the ball much. Attempted what, just 2 passes?
Well, they've had 3 sacks, so, they've attempted passes. They just
only 2 in the air. One of them went for 6. They'll give it to Brusvin once again, running patient, and he'll reach forward.
I think they're going to mark him short.
He's going to be about a half-yard short. Big 4th down play coming up, as Tonganoxie surely will go for it in this situation. But if Chanute's able to get a stop here, it could change the game. And Langford going to limp off, actually. So a backup quarterback in now. It'll be a direct snap to Brusvin, and he's going to get stopped short. What a play! What a play as Jace Tarter comes in and makes the hit in the backfield and stops Brusvin, and Chanute will take over with great field position, 3:42 to play in the second quarter, and an opportunity to make this a 2-possession game.
Great job there by the Chanute defense.
And Langford went out as he limped off with what appeared to be an injury, but they just went direct snap to Brusvin. So if anything, it should have been an easier run as he got it and just went straight forward. But
and that's a formation they've used a few times already tonight.
Great job there by Tarter. So shotgun set, 2 receivers split out to each side. Herb gets the snap. He'll hand to Leedy. Leedy trying to be patient, bouncing outside as picks up what he can before he runs out of field here on the near sideline, and he'll end up picking up about 5 on the carry. Leedy just showing off his true football speed, as that very easily could have been a loss of 1 or 2.
He did a good job of making something out of nothing right there.
The way that play started, that's one where you feel good if you get it back to the original line of scrimmage.
Absolutely.
And young man picks up about 5.5, actually, based on where they spotted the football.
I'd say go with another double move here. Let's see if we can catch him napping again.
Man, last year you were all about running the ball. Now you're just like, you know what, throw it. Throw it deep every play. Throw it deep.
Too much Madden.
Herb shotgun set. He will look to throw. It's going to be an underneath screen to Seamster. And Seamster going to follow his blocks. Got some room on the outside. And he'll eventually be pushed out of bounds, but not before a very big gain, as that one will go for 28.
28.
So we'll set up. It will set up 1st and 10 from the 12. So Chanute can still pick up a 1st down here.
That's a good little tunnel screen there, middle screen, whatever they call it, tunnel.
Yeah, Chanute runs that play about once a game, it seems like. Dillo will go in motion. They'll fake to give to Dillo, give it to Harding. Harding bounces off a tackle and gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Blue Comets, with 2:32 to play in the second quarter. Chanute goes up 20-7, and great job there by Quentin Harding, who comes in to give Leedy a break and finds that beautiful blue end zone.
Yeah, that's a great run for Harding there to hit pay dirt.
Extra point coming for Vaughn. Good snap. They get the hold down, and the kick is good. So with 2:32 to play, second quarter, Chanute goes up 21-7. We'll send it back to the studio for 30 seconds. You're listening to Blue Comet Football right here on Z 95.3. Back here at Chanute High School, Blue Comets taking a 21-7 lead here with just over 2.5 to play in the second quarter, and the Blue Comet defense going to be put to the test to see if they can keep this a 2-possession game before we head to the break.
Well, big question will be if that young man Langford can come back for them at quarterback.
Indeed. Vaughn to kick it off, as he's got it teed up at the 40-yard line. And Vaughn going to pooch this one a little bit. It's fielded at the 20-yard line, and the tackle going to be made at the 31, maybe the 32, as that was number 22, Tanner Hand, on the return. And it will be Langford out at quarterback for Tonganoxie.
He limped out there, though.
Snap to Langford. He'll hand to Brusvin, go into the left side. Dean nearly got a hand on that football. Brusvin will pick up about 4 on the carry. That'll bring up 2nd and 6 with 2:08 to play here in the second quarter. So Langford shotgun set again, 2 receivers to the far side. Gets the snap, he'll throw it out to that far side, and pass is incomplete as it was intended for number 5, Todd Brown, but just a little bit out of his grasp as Langford led him a little bit too much.
Right, he's lucky that pass wasn't a little bit farther behind him because he was behind the line of scrimmage.
So a substitution here is a couple more receivers come out onto the field for Tonganoxie. 3rd and 6, 1:48 to play in the second quarter. Be a pass from Langford, and receiver just not expecting the ball as that was Zakiah, excuse me. I've butchered some names, but that was
always.
Yeah, that was a tough one. Wait till next week. I'm going to apologize now for all the names I mess up next week. So Langford going to go into punting formation as he takes a few steps back. He's about 8 yards deep. He gets the snap, and punt is blocked, and it's picked up, heading to the end zone. That's number 59, Garrett Love, and Love will score! Touchdown, Blue Comets. What a play by Garrett Love. The 5'11 sophomore blocks the punt and picks it up for the touchdown. Unbelievable. Blue Comets go up 27-7 with 1:36 to play in the second quarter.
He took that ball right off his foot. And had the presence of mind to pick it up and run on into the end zone.
And you're a big guy like that, they teach you jump on it.
He was having no part of that.
Yeah, he thought, I see that end zone, I'm going to get there. Extra point to come. Good snap, good hold. Kick is up, it's low, but it goes through the uprights. It's good. So with 1:36 to play in the second quarter, Chanute 28, Tonganoxie 7. We'll send it back to the studio for 30 seconds. You're listening to Blue Comet Football right here on Z 95.3. Back here at Chanute High School, Blue Comets leading 28-7 after the blocked punt by Garrett Love. And wow, just
hey, every facet of Chanute is working tonight. Offense, defense, special teams.
It's crazy how fast a game can change, as it was tied 4 minutes ago, 3 minutes ago,
with 8 minutes to go in the half.
Chanute scored at 5:32 to go up 14-7.
And so yeah, we're right back with 3 touchdowns there. What'd you say, 4 minutes?
Yeah, very, very quick, because everything going right all of a sudden for Chanute. As this kickoff going to be caught at about the 30, and Tonganoxie will bring that one up to the 43-yard line.
Well, let's see if the defense can make another stand here right now and force another punting situation.
Say a minute and a half. Both teams still have all 3 timeouts, so I would imagine Tonganoxie still going to have their foot on the gas pedal as much as they can, although it's been a lot of Colton Brusvin so far here tonight.
Yeah, he has 21 carries so far in the first half. And they got us with a face mask down there, so that's going to move the ball into our territory for
So, yeah, this will be a great opportunity for Tonganoxie to cut into this lead, but they will have to take advantage of what's being given to them, and Chanute going to have to find a way to make up for that penalty. Get a big stop here on defense.
Let's see if Tonganoxie comes out and throws the ball here to start the series.
And they've got two receivers split out to each side. Langford in the shotgun set. He gives it to his back, Brusvin, and Brusvin going to get chased down from behind. Any guesses on who made that tackle?
No.
Yep, it's Dagan Dean once again, and Dean just having a heck of a night as he's been all over the field on defense. He's got 2 touchdowns on offense. It's definitely been Dagan Dean's night for sure. It's still the second quarter.
Well, it's a lot of football left.
Langford gets the snap, gives to his back once again, breaking tackles. And Brusvin going to get near the first down marker.
Are they going to give him enough there or mark him just a tad short?
I think he's going to be just shy. And Tonganoxie will call their first timeout of the game. And it'll be 3rd and 1 when we come back from that timeout. But, man, been a lot of action here in the last couple minutes, Jay, as whew.
I hate to say this and not to speak bad at Pittsburgh, but it's a lot better than last week when we just watched Pittsburgh just pound the ball.
And not do a lot
Right,
when they
that's what I
tried.
mean,
Yeah.
Right.
Say this is a Tonganoxie team, and they've shown the ability to pass a little bit, but, I mean, Brusvin's got, what's he at now, 23 carries, pushing 100 yards, which under 5 yards a carry, but he's also got a couple of big runs in there as well. So
Right. He has a couple big runs, and he's also had 3 runs for loss. I mean, they're not big losses, but
overall, Chanute's doing a very good job of not letting him beat them.
Right.
Still getting his yards, but not doing enough to take over this game.
Well, compared to what he had, what'd you say, last week, 200 and some yards,
Yeah, it was week 1.
Oh, that's right. He had 56 carries, I believe you said. Or the team did, sorry.
And Chanute going to jump offside, so that will give Tonganoxie the first down. Yeah, Brusvin came into this game with 65 carries and 389 yards, so he's averaging 33 carries for 185 yards a game. So he's actually ahead of his pace as far as carries go.
Well on his way to that pace.
But with that being said, let me pull it up here. Their week 1 game against Baser Linwood, he had 41 carries for 287 yards. He'll get the carry here once again, breaking tackles, pushing the line forward, and he'll pick up about 5. Tonganoxie going to take another timeout, and we'll actually take this one with them with 38 seconds to go until halftime. It's Chanute 28, Tonganoxie 7. You're listening to Blue Comet Football right here on Z 95.3. Back here out at Chanute High School, where Chanute with a strong second quarter, strong late second quarter, we should say, holding on to a 28-7 lead, but trying to keep Tonganoxie out of the end zone as Tonganoxie driving here as they've got it 2nd and 5 from the Chanute 22-yard line.
They only have 1 timeout left here, so make a tackle in bounds and don't let him pick up the first down and force him to use that timeout.
Langford gets the snap. He'll give to Brusvin. Brusvin tries to bounce it outside and still pushing forward. That pile's still moving. And eventually, will be stopped at the 16-yard line, and Tonganoxie going to take their final timeout here with 27 seconds. I would have got up and spiked it personally.
Absolutely.
On first down. But nonetheless, 27 seconds to play, and Tonganoxie 16 yards to go. Last time they were down at this part of the field, they went to the air. And that was on a third down play, however. But with the time that's remaining, you got to figure the run game's not going to help you a whole lot unless you score in one play.
Right, or you get up and spike the ball. And if you're going to do that, you should have done it right there and saved that timeout.
So you could have got up there because they would have reset the chains on the first down.
Right.
So
you would have been
you
set.
Probably could have got it spiked within about 24 seconds. You'd have lost 3 seconds. At that point, you can do whatever you want on second down. If you pass and it's incomplete, you can still do whatever you want on third down. And clearly you would think it's 4-down territory in this portion of the game.
Well, right now, if you get tackled inbounds before you pick up the first down, you're probably not going to get up and run another play.
Maybe
especially if we have a big scrum just like we just did.
Probably get one in, but it's going to be tight. We'll see what Tonganoxie chooses to do, as we've got receivers split out very wide to each side of the field, which is an interesting formation. Langford gets the shotgun set, high snap, and Brusvin picks it up, and he'll be taken down at the 26-yard line. And Tonganoxie quickly back to the football as they'll snap it with 14 seconds left. And they got the snap away, got the spike down. But was everybody set?
I don't believe they were, but I don't believe the officials saw it. Like I told you, they're not doing a real good job of paying attention.
And
tonight.
hey, this is what I'm here for, the kicking game.
Oh, here it comes out.
This is my favorite part of football, all right? We're going to see a 43-yard field goal attempt by Tonganoxie.
See if we can get another special team score here. Chanute called timeout.
Yep, Chanute going to take the timeout. Hey, I like the timeout here because if I'm Chanute, I'm putting Dagan Dean like just off the center and having him just bull rush like crazy.
Absolutely.
See if he can't get a hand on this ball. So, again, it was McWilliams lined up for the kick. And we'll see what Tonganoxie chooses to do as they're having a long discussion over on the far side of the field.
That's going to be a fake.
A fake, huh?
Just saying. Why not? You're down 21.
And so they will bring the kicking team out. And this will be a 43-yard attempt. McWilliams telling his holder that he's ready. Here's the snap. Good hold. Kick is up, and it is
short.
Good.
Oh.
What a kick by Jackson McWilliams, as they tried to bring Dagan Dean around the edge like he was getting held, but very rarely are you going to get that call on a field goal attempt.
Right.
Let's just call it what it is. Even the officials are pretty impressed at the high school level when a kicker goes out and attempts a 43-yard field goal. But nonetheless, that breaks the score to Chanute 28, Tonganoxie 10. We do have 7 seconds here before we go to halftime, so we are going to keep things right here as we're going to have a extended timeout as we go to halftime. But if you're Chanute here, do you try anything fancy on the kickoff? Or?
I don't know. I think everything's working well. I mean, the penalty right there hurt us to start that drive, so let's just run out the 7 seconds, go in the locker room, talk about it, and Just make sure they don't onside kick it here and surprise you.
Well, remember last kickoff, he put it through the back of the end zone.
Right.
So
he's probably under orders not to do that again.
You would think he'd want to run out as much clock as possible, but who knows?
I did see an interesting kick return the other night where the kick returners all ran together in a group and then decided who was going to run it out.
Hey, I've always thought that'd be a great idea. And McWilliams does indeed kick it right out of the back of the end zone. If I'm Chanute, yeah, I just sit on this, go to half with my 18-point lead.
Or you try a double move.
I say, or, hey, you know what? Throw one up. We'll see what happens. Anxious to see what the Blue Comets decide to do, although they're spending a lot of time talking about this. Surely Tonganoxie is just going to play somebody deep. Who knows?
Yeah. You'd think they'd drop somebody back on the other side of the 50, but they're going to come out in a –
Chanute's going to spread it out. Tonganoxie's deepest safety is 15 yards off the ball. So Erb in the shotgun. And he will hand it to Leedy. Leedy's got some running room. He makes one man miss. And he will go down. And time will expire. But not after Leedy picks up 22 on the carry. But good stat pattern.
Right.
That's about it. So at the half, it's Chanute 28, Tonganoxie 10. We'll send it back to the studio for 3 minutes. And when we come back, we'll have your Row Motors and Trailer Sales halftime show. You're listening to Blue Comet Football right here on Z 95.3.